Good morning from Cameroon. I'm in Mowanko in Douala Dia Nature Reserve. I reached my first destination for the music cross-continent expedition a few days ago. I already spent yesterday a day in the field, but coming here was hard. It was very hard. It took 1 month to reach this location and it was absolutely crazy. So how it started, I flew from Trieste, my hometown, to Cotonou in Benin because I know that I've been there already and I could get some visas done much quicker than doing it in London or in Italy. And in theory cheaper, but Africa prices change all the time, so in the end I spent the same amount of money. But also I had to renew the temporary import document for Daphne because Daphne was in Lagos. I left it there. And this document lasts only 30 days and you can renew it within 2 weeks from the time they expires. I left Daphne 6 months in Lagos. So I was already ready to have to deal with some like bribing or some other crazy stuff. But in the end, I didn't have to. It went pretty smooth, even though I took some risks, which weren't that great. But I just simply didn't say that was my first time in Nigeria, but they assumed it was my first time in Nigeria, the head of police, and then I had to go to the laissez-passer, which is the document I needed, and said I needed to renew it. So I was like, oh, what if they start communicating? They didn't in the end because I already been there and I knew how the system sort of worked. So that went well. Then I took a taxi with Alassane, my friend and collaborator from Basila in Benin, and he came with me to Lagos to pick up Daphne. And soon we pick up Daphne from the Nigeria Conservation Foundation. Thank you so much, Stella and Paul, for taking care of Daphne over these 6 months. I did put a cover over it, but when I found it, literally like a wave of cockroaches came out of the back of the car. So I had to clean it for a week, remade the whole tent in the back. The black thing, it was green before. I had to redo some woodwork inside because a lot of wood was rotten in the back. I had to fix spring leaves and other mechanical stuff, do a full service, all the stuff. That took 1 week. Then it was my birthday and it was Fela Kuti's annual celebration, the Felabration. So I listened to Femi Kuti playing live at Africa Shrine for the third time. It was absolutely amazing, obviously, to spend my birthday there and doing this celebration there. I'm close to a church, that's why you hear people singing. Then after that, I started driving. From Lagos. I had to go to the border with Cameroon, and I had two options. Well, first of all, I had to drive 3 days through southern Nigeria, and once I got in big trouble, and I'm gonna show you how I dealt with it and what I did and what happened at the end of this video. I don't want to make it part of it now because it's very long, it's 4 minutes. So I had to drive through southern Nigeria, and then I had to go through the border. I had two options: the ECOC border, which is in the south, and you have to take a military convoy, and it's like 700 kilometers, 500 kilometers to Douala, which was close to the location where I had to do my work. So I was, all right, cool, that could be the best option. But then some people told me, oh, there is another really cool off-road, the most difficult off-road in West Africa, up north, a bit more north. Not in dangerous north, a bit more north than the southern border. That would have been fun. So when I reached the area of the border, I had to choose, and I decided to go do the difficult off-road because it's also the Cameroonian presidential election now. They proclaimed the oldest president in the world, who has been in power since 1982. So there have been some riots, people killed. In Douala also, which is the economical capital of Cameroon. So I was like, oh, better to avoid that area because maybe they close it. I've been told this information by Eugene, my collaborator from the Cameroon Wildlife Conservation Society. So I decided to do the up north route. I stopped by the Afi Mountains to see the drills and some other primates and chimps, which was cool and sad. Obviously, they're in enclosures, but in good enclosures, very good enclosures in their own habitat, very big. So it's cool. But recording animals in cages is not really my style. There is no cages. There were enclosures, which are better. I swear are better. So while I was driving up, I've been told also that the military convoy at the ECOC border wasn't working anymore because they stopped it because of the troubles in Douala. So good choice on going up doing the difficult off-road, which I was hoping was going to take 2-3 days, but it took a week, which included also 1 day sleeping in the car at 45 degrees because I was stuck in mud, and I spent like 12 hours there, if not more, stuck. 6 people digged me out, and then I got stuck another couple of times, but farmer helped me. Then I did this whole insane off-road. I reached the tarmac in Banyo, after Banyo in Cameroon, and I was like, yes, now it's just tarmac. And after 100 kilometers, I was on the phone with my uncle, and I'm like, dude, what's going on? The wheel is doing some weird stuff, and the car couldn't move anymore at some point. So I was 2 hours away from any village, and I found a motorbike, a biker. He went to take a mechanic, and the mechanic figured out that both ball bearings were broken. Actually, he figured out that one ball bearing was broken at 9 p.m. one evening, so I had to sleep on the side of the road. In the morning, he came with a spare part at like 12. He fixed the right wheel, tried to move the car. It wasn't working still. He removed the left wheel. Also, that ball bearing was broken. So we had to call someone else to bring another piece, another ball bearing from another village. In the end, I left that place at 9 p.m. So I spent another 12 hours on the road, on the side of the road, which is okay. A lot of waiting time. And then drove to Yaoundé, where I had a pizza. Weird. I don't have usually European food in Africa, but I had it. It was pretty good. And then came all the way down here, where I did the first day in the field yesterday. By the way, I'm scratching my legs because I've been bitten by sandflies, and it's not fun. I made the mistake of not wearing long trousers one morning while doing exercise. Anyway, went yesterday to the field, and we found the first proper migratory bird, the barn swallow. Actually, the second one, because I found common swifts while traveling. A video for another time. But yesterday I found barn swallows, and I was like, oh my god, barn swallows! And we were on a boat in the middle of the big river, Sanaga River, going towards Lake Tisongo. And on the side there were lots of sort of ferns, other like plants where you couldn't really walk on, were just like floating. And hundreds of barn swallows chatting and doing their thing in the middle of this beautiful scenery. I was like, guys, you chose the best place where to come on holiday, hey? Absolutely beautiful. And I managed to record them. We left some recorders there. So yeah, it was very emotional and very cool. And then we were there with fishermen, and then the thing came out, oh, white men care about more about wildlife than us. And I'm like, is it? I let you think about that. Don't take it personally. I don't take it personally. It's all food for thoughts. That's what it is. That's what we need to do when we listen to these messages. So it's still in my head, and I need to process it. So as usual, emotional roller coaster. I'm gonna spend 2 weeks here, another week and a half here, and then going to Congo Brazzaville, maybe to a big national park, to looking for other migratory birds. We'll see. In the meantime, I'm gonna go and charge some more batteries, do some editing, and make some music. The route between Lagos and the Afi Mountains, I had probably the most risky moment of the journey so far. I parked outside a compound where to go and buy metal, because we need to build some storage for the car. I didn't go inside because already once happens that I went into one of these places where they do metal work, and my tire got slashed. So I was like, let's park outside the compound. I was outside in the Delta State after Benin City. I park, and then a guy is like, come, and I'm like, no. I go inside, look at the piece, take some measurements, go back to the car, and there are 3 guys now, and they say, oh, we are law enforcement, you need to show us the papers. They look like normal people. I'm like, you don't really look like normal, you don't look like law enforcement. Show me your documents that you are law enforcement, and then I'll trust you. And then okay. No, we're gonna, no. Well, if you don't show me the document, I'm not gonna show anything. So I go back to the car, I go back inside in the compound, take proper other measurements, go back out. They show me their ID card, and I'm like, guys, come on, no. And I just let them go. I'm like, just guys, don't ask me anything. Come on. I then they told me, if you come back, you're not gonna get into the car until you show us documents. And I'm like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. You're no one. So don't. You're no one. You're not the law enforcement. You're not who you say you are. So don't. Okay. Well, I go back out, and then I go back in the compound and ask the guys, do you know these guys? And they're like, yeah, they are thugs. Don't bother. Don't bother. Just leave. Just don't do anything. I go out, and the guy is like, now you show me documents. And I'm like, no. And I go back in the car. I sit in the car, try to close, and they hold the door, and I start shouting like crazy. Leave the door, leave me alone. So I shout as crazy as possible to attract attention from people. So I had all of a sudden 30 people around. And I keep shouting for like a couple of minutes. It felt longer. I see an old man coming through the crowd, and he starts talking to these guys while I try to push the car, and I push them away. And I had a machete, literally, you could see it, but I didn't want to raise the tension in any way. So the old man arrives, he starts talking to them. I can see that they lower the guard a little bit, and then I close the door and I lock myself in and I drive into the compound. And that was the riskiest moment. And then when I was in, I just put a piece of metal on the top of the car, and they tell the guys in the compound, they tell me, when it's green on the traffic light that you could see, just go. Don't go before, because if it's red and they stop you, they can bother you even more. So we had to wait for the green light, literally like vroom, vroom, revving, getting ready. And then as soon as it was green, boom, I went out of the compound and just like powered through, and I drove for 2.5 hours non-stop, just as fast as I could to go away, to leave that place. So that was the first time that I was in trouble, which wasn't fun, really. It wasn't fun at all, but I guess it was part of the game. Yeah. I learned a few things. I learned that if I see a situation like that, I made them believe that they got me. And I tell them, yeah, it's fine, I'm gonna come to your office, whatever. And then I got in the car, lock myself in, and just drive away, straight away. Don't waste any more time. Don't risk it. Just, when you've noticed something like that, so yeah, cool, I'm coming. Let me go and pick up the paper, go in the car, lock yourself in, reverse, go away, and run away, when you see that sort of situation. Don't I'm gonna buy some metal, so it's no, fuck the metal. Even the 10 euros they gave them, fuck it, they can keep it. Just go, leave. There is no point of risking it. Oh yeah, lesson learned.